we've grown the business organically using very much an online digital strategy, using AdWords and SEO to grow the business in Australia. And we pretty much own the custom desk segment. If you're searching for a custom desk on Google, we always rank in the top 3, and we've owned that for a few years. We just haven't really launched the website here yet. So the opportunity is here. We're ready to launch.
You're offering 25%, but I didn't see how much you want for the 25%.
It's a good question. I don't know. I'm inexperienced in this area. I'm an accelerator in EO. This is new to me, and I'm grateful to Vern's work here because it's helped me grow. So I'm really looking for people that can help lead us in this area.
Have you had a valuation done of your business?
We haven't, no.
What are your sales in New Zealand?
In Australia?
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Australia.
Kiwi.
I'm an Australian, yes. It's all good. Our sales, like I say, we've been a bootstrap startup, and like when I launched this website, it was just me. Like for the first 2 years, I was traveling around the world trying to set up manufacturing licensees, not run a website. So it grew organically, and then I didn't employ any staff until like 2 years in. So that little girl you saw on the video earlier now actually works for Table and Desk. She thinks it's her company, by the way, so I just got to warn you there. So 473,000 was our sales on Table and Desk last year.
And how long have you been in business?
I've been in Enviro Framing Systems in that environment for 10 years, since 2008. So we started the business in 2008 with the invention of how we make the frames. And I basically set up licensed manufacturers around the world. So we have 2 in West Michigan, and one licensee is using our system to make furniture for McDonald's and Burger King and Chick-fil-A. So it's a harsh environment and it's well tested. We don't have anyone making tables and desks for the residential or the commercial market here. So it's a big opportunity, and particularly with our ability to decentralise and localise manufacturing. So most furniture manufacturing is either imported from overseas or it's centralised in the Midwest. And so you have a big freight issue. We have a platform that allows us to really easily decentralise manufacturing, which is against the grain of what manufacturers are doing.
So I think I heard something there that caught my ear. Well, I did hear something. What I heard was that you're licensing your technology to manufacturers.
Yes.
And that's an income stream for you.
It is. We generate, so the first 4 or 5 years of the business was we made our money by selling machinery, and royalties and license fees.
Okay.
And then I was with a customer one day and he was trying to really screw me down on the price of a manufacturing license, and I thought, you know what, I don't have a manufacturing problem. I can set up a factory in 2 weeks. I've done that in 5 countries. What I have is a channel to market problem. And it's about the same time I came home and my daughter had bought a desk, and I thought, well, this is the worlds colliding. We needed channels to market. So Table and Desk is the first channel to market to optimise this IP.
Okay, so that the patent's on the assemblage of the desk, the ability to make it custom size.
That's right.
And is the licensing a separate business, or is that part of the US-based business that you want a partner with?
We're open to discussions on that.
Okay.
You know, I guess I want to attract the right people that can make this thing grow, you know, and I'm a realist about that. I think it's more attractive to someone if they have, and they're going to be more invested if they're invested in the whole lot, right? Rather than just a little bit of it. But you know, if someone wants to license the website, we're open to that as well. If they want to jump in, that's going to be a much bigger investment.
Okay. But the idea of being here today is to find a U.S. partner to grow U.S. market share.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. And would that be a competitor to the guy that's already using your stuff, putting tables in McDonald's?
No. Well, see, what we did was we set up originally manufacturing licensed areas. So that licensee is licensed by certain customers and in certain areas. So he's actually got a very narrow license agreement, and he's very happy with that, like, because it protects his market, and we've got a great relationship with him. So.
What's the split of the revenue right now? License versus how much is coming in?
The royalty stream for us is around $143,000 a year.
Okay.
So.
And what's your net overall?
Overall on the royalties?
On the whole 400 or 500,000 that you
look, we've had to set up a factory back in Australia, so our expenses have been high for our sales volume in table and desk. So table and desk has not been making money yet. That's why I'm going to go and acquire a business back there to build our volume. We just need to scale it, so the gross margin is there, just not, our expenses are a bit high at this stage for still a growing business. Yeah.
On the pricing side, if I go to IKEA and buy a similar desk, although it might be an inch and a half too wide, what's the price there versus the exact size desk ordered from you of similar materials?
Okay, look, I haven't been comparing IKEA because it's a very different quality product, but Room and Board have a product which is called By the Inch.
Right.
Okay, so, and we would compete with that because the Room and Board product is around between $800 and $1,500
Right.
per table, and it's not flat packed. So you got to ship this thing fully assembled. Ours is flat packed, and we can make our products, our products sell for around $450 to sort of $600 depending on what you want.
So half.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What's shipping going to look like to the U.S.?
We manufacture it here.
Okay.
So we actually have local manufacturing capability here. All the extrusions, all the tables are made of aluminium frames. We actually have all the extrusion dies here in the US. So all the extrusion, like literally if you wanted to order a table, I could have one to you next week. That's how ready we are. And the website is ready. I mean, what happened was, I actually built the website 2 years ago. And the obvious thing to me was, who would want to use the website and figure out our existing manufacturing licensees? Like that would be a natural fit. But they weren't e-com people, they're manufacturing people. And so they didn't know how to launch the site. So we kind of tied it up with them for nearly a year and a half, and it didn't go anywhere. So, and during that period of time, I had some personal situation at home, back home with a very sick daughter. So it took my eye off that focus. I had more important things. So now we're ready to get back on the horse, yeah.
You did $330,000 of gross sales.
473.
Yeah, but then you had the $143,000 with that as royalty, right?
No, that's additional.
Oh, on top of
Yeah,
it.
so six.
So that 473, does anyone actually reorder, or is it all one-time sales?
It's a really good question. See, and that's why our residential market traditionally is one order. Okay. But what we've found is the residential people then get it at home and then they use it. They're getting it for their workplace. But the big market that we're pushing for in Australia is the commercial market, which is the volume market. So the residential market is higher margin, and at times it can be high touch point, but not always. The commercial market is, like we had a customer that wanted, it was like, I think 90 outdoor tables for the Commonwealth Games. Anyone heard of the Commonwealth Games?
So why is the commercial market not buying from you right now?
They are.
But you only have $400,000 in sales, and that's Australian dollars. It's like about similar to the Canadian, but worth about 80 grand.
Sure. Well, we're still trying to grow. Like it's still very early days, and getting the right people in the business, and me trying to do too many jobs, and I've probably been the barrier to growth. To be honest.
What changes? Like, what's the difference? Like, I don't understand. Like, what's going to change now? It's going to make this a $20 million a year in sales business versus $300,000 US dollar business.
I think access to a much bigger market will make a big difference. Like we've got a small market of 22, 23 million people, and over here there's.
So if we extrapolated that on that logic, then what the maximum we would do here is $4.7 million here because it's 10 times the market size.
I would probably. I don't know the answer to that, but I'd hope to disagree with you on that. Yeah.
Is there because there's a specific strategy in terms of how to ramp up sales? And what would it be if there is?
I think the opportunity is just the pure volumes that are here. It's like to provide a product to an OEM or to a room and board or to a crate and barrel over here is a bigger opportunity because the website traffic volumes are much higher.
Have you done that in Australia where you've sent it off to one of those big box stores for selling and it's worked?
We sell it to a company called Temple & Webster, which was Wayfair. They used to be Wayfair in Australia.
Right.
And that's a new thing that we're doing with them, so it's starting to grow organically as well.
So that's traditional sales team now versus online sales, right? These are very different sales channels.
They're pure online, pure play online retail at Temple & Webster. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Have you thought about or put any kind of a model together if you did go downline as far as the margins? just from a volume standpoint? I mean, are the margins big enough that you could
Yes.
get into that space as well from a volume standpoint?
Yeah, and that's how we're doing that in Australia. And with our commercial customers, we're able to discount our online web prices by about 40%.
Okay.
So there is a margin there.
And I recall that you have the patent on this technology?
Yes, we do. We have a
And-
patent here and in Canada.
Okay. US and Canada, and I guess Australia.
And Australia.
Australia,
And we have design registration in the UK, the Middle East and South Africa.
Have you had to defend it yet?
No.
Okay.
It's not easy to get a patent in the United States, I have to tell you.
What's your exit? What's the end game on this?
Look, I think that my dream would be to sell it to Herman Miller. Okay, they have a massive reach into the commercial furniture market, but they also have Design Within Reach, which is a great furniture store. They don't have this capability right now with customized sizes, and I think that the market will demand it from them.
So you mentioned average cost is 400, 600,000. What is the cost of making the average table? What's your margin per product?
Per product,
Gross margin.
look, in Australia, a table frame will cost us about $100. The top will cost us about $100. Packaging, about $20 for packaging. So there's the cost of that, say $220, and we'll sell that for about $450.
How many people are in the company right now?
In Australia, I have a part-time financial controller, I have 2 sales administrators, and then I have about 6 guys in the factory that are a casual production staff.
What is it that you want? You want a US partner.
Yes. We're looking for someone that has great e-com experience, some furniture experience, and really can help us develop a strategy that will really catapult this business into this marketplace. Yeah.
A monetary amount is more strategic.
I think it would be both. If you were to come and say, here's the money, I don't think that would help us. I can go to I have 2 business partners, I could ask them for the money, but I think what we need is a great mind. Yeah.
Okay, Peter Gabauer, thank you very much.